IGN's Comic-Con coverage brought to you by Death Race. In theaters August 22nd.
You've expanded the cast. You put. I know that the studios come up with a bit more money to expand the show, make it a bit bigger. Does that mean more time, more effort, and does it make it more difficult?
The show is harder.
Yeah.
Or maybe I just forgot, but it feels like the show is harder. Also, I think we're just more ambitious. You know, every dollar they gave us, we spend. You know, it's not like we have any left over at the end. They let you keep them, so you might as well spend them. And you know, it's a more ambitious show this year. We're spending more days out on location. We're doing more stunts. It's like more. You know, it's a harder show to produce this year, just on the physical production side, and also having a bigger cast. It makes the show both easier and harder to write. You know, I mean, you have more characters to write about, but you're also trying to balance out storylines, make sure, you know, hey, if I got this actor and I'm paying them, you know, they should act.
What am I excited about? There's just some great stuff I get to act. I mean, it was a decision that last season John was kind of weak and hid behind his hair and didn't do much really, and it was just kind of because we wanted then in this new season to bring in all this other stuff. So it was great for me from day one. Like the very first episode, I go through such a transformation. Episode 1 was actually really great to play, especially because I can't say what it is or why.
When the
but
thing happens, and then we
when the thing happens, Summer and I got to do some really nice scenes together, and that was great.
Yeah.
And she's phenomenal.
It's a bigger season, right? I mean, that he's talked a little bit about the budget going up, and have you noticed that?
You notice it on set. I mean, you can tell from, we're on location a lot more than we were. So just the production value of what we get to shoot and where we get to shoot, you notice the difference there. But then the sets that we have are just mind-blowing. I mean, now we are building sets that take up an entire stage instead of just half of it. The man hours going into just that. It's amazing. The action's up. Explosions are up. You know, more people in the cast. It's great. I'm really a fan of the show. And this season is amazing.
Josh talked a little bit in the panel about your choices and how you've created the Terminator, and he joked that you scare him. Are you kind of coming up with some new ways to be frightening and to make Cromartie disturbing in the second season?
I think that's the trap in playing the bad Terminators, and I think you can see it sometimes in movies. There's a real obvious way. The thing they have to do is pass, and they're not evil. You know, I think it's a mistake to try to play them evil. They're just programmed to do a job without hesitation, and that's what makes them scary, is that they can't be reasoned with. You can't talk them out of this, and they're just coming. You know, they're not interested in torturing you, you know, unless it's to get information about where the real target is, I suppose. But the thing about the movies that I loved was that what would I do sort of quality, you know, like, geez, you know, what would I do? He can't be stopped. How do you beat that? And I love that. That is scary to me more than the guy who's, I don't know, the loudmouth in the bar. Or the scary guy is the one that has no fear and no hesitation and no regard for his own body.
I'm excited about the relationships getting even more complicated. We've been talking a lot about how our characters are being separated, and it's difficult because we started out together in Albuquerque, really just the three of us, and we got so close, and now we're kind of having to embark on new journeys, being isolated from each other. But the more complicated the relationships get, I think the stronger they get. And you're kind of pulling away from me and from Sarah. And you got to get another girl in your life, and it's fun for me to kind of play that complicated emotion of not being an emotion, of being jealous.
Yeah, a jealous robot.
Trying to keep my place in John's life. It's been really, really great for me.
By expanding the cast, you have other new spheres of action. Kind of looks like Shirley has some of her own sort of world that we're going to learn about. And was that something that you did intentionally to sort of expand this world beyond what we'd seen?
Yeah. I think that we really wanted to try to give the show more scope, and I think that the show. I mean, I really like what we did last year, but I think that there are times when it felt very insular and kind of closed off. That family, they know everything, and they're in their own little worlds. and I think that it was kind of cool to have other perspectives, other points of view, and some sort of real people, out in the world. It helps, and also I think for our main cast, it gives them an opportunity to react to other types of acting energy, and it brings out different acting energy from them, which is really good. And I think it kind of re-energizes the cast. I think it makes it more fun for them, and also literally just having people new on the show, it's cool for people. It's fun.
He goaded me for about a year, and I thought he was kidding. I didn't think he was actually serious. He just kept on saying, "Would you be on the show?" And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then he eventually called up, and it was actually something really dark had occurred in a friend of mine's life, and I just felt like I wanted to do something fun and different, and I just said yeah, and then got the part after auditioning about 5 times, and then came home and got the part and said to my boyfriend, "What the hell have I got myself into? This is insane." So I don't know, I'm here.
Josh revealed, or I guess John revealed during the panel that somebody on that panel will die. Was that staged, or did they really just reveal that to you guys?
We had no idea.
Really?
You do?
Yeah.
You do? You better freaking tell me right now. Who does? Can you tell me?
They didn't tell you?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I honestly, I didn't even know about it.
I just found out. I just found out a few days ago.
I hate you.
And whereabouts does that happen in the season?
Apparently,
later
she
on.
knows.
Later on.
I don't know shit.
They revealed someone's going to die.
Yeah.
Is there a theory?
No. No. I'm not going anywhere, and I will kill someone if I do.
Now let me ask you, with time travel in the Terminator universe, in your Terminator universe, when someone dies, do they stay dead?
Maybe. Not always.